आधमोदितं गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नाः प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति च मनोरथाः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षवीर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनोभिः व्यसेम देवहितैर्यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति न साक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो वो इष्टां ते नम भुक्तिं विदेम। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषभ्यो अतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीं धेनुर्वोढानड्वान् आसु सप्तिः पुरन्धिप्योषा जिष्णारथेष्ठाः सभेयो युव अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो न वर्षतु फलवत्यो न वोषधयः पच्यन्तां योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः स्तोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वो ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माघं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणम् अस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्न उपशान्तये। अगजाननपद्मार्कं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तम् उपास्महे। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे। देवी प्रपन्न आर्ति हरे प्रसीद प्रसीद मातः जगतोऽखिलस्य प्रसीद विश्वेश्वरी पाहि विश्वं त्वमीश्वरी देवी चराचरस्य या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। So Aarti is the only one that we are all having in this birth, in every birth, whenever we take it upon the earth, because earth is a Dvandva Baddha. We are all told that Dvandva Tita means when we are able to suppress apunyam, rather papam or doshas and all that, then we'll be floating into punyam. And therefore, how do you do it? So how do you get punyam? There are so many solutions that have been offered by our rishis, past and even now present and elsewhere. In Aruna Prashna, we get the wonderful solution that tapasvi punyo bhavati, tapasvi punyo bhavati, tapasvi punyo bhavati. So anybody who works positively to a noble direction, he becomes a punyavan. Tapasvi punyo bhavati. On the other hand, the Rishi in Durga Saptasati, when that Kshatriya Maharaja, Suratha, and also Vaisya, a businessman, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ನಿಷ್ಣಾತನಾಗಿರೋನು, but both were deprived of their own riches and their own independence. So they have to come to a forest on one or the other reason, and in the forest they chance to meet that Rishi, and that Rishi was able to tell him, Aya, all said and done, there is only single solution. What is that? तामुपैहि महाराजा शरणं परमेश्वरीम् आराधिता सैव नृणां भोगस्वर्ग अपवर्गदा. So there is only a single power. Ammavaru, Ayyavaru, Parameswara and Parameswari. Whenever you think of them or think of her, then she will be able to grant whatever direction of happiness we want. What is the direction? Bhoga. Bhuktva bhogan, manushan bhogan, sarvan. So, manushyarige ಯಾವ ಭೋಗಗಳು ಬೇಕೋ, all those bhogas have got to be experienced. Good wife, good friend, good language, good company, good house, good place, and also good weather quite often. So like that, good will happen. The bhoga is promoted. That is anubhava. But bhoga is not denied to anybody, because Agnavalkya Maharshi in Isavas Upanishad says, because everything belongs to God. And bhunjitaha, you can enjoy that. But don't commit to itself. Be independent of that. And whenever it is necessary that it should be given up, you should give up. Body also, you should give up the body. Pranan mumucha mahishaha, as you see in this Durga Saptasati, Pranan mumucha mahishaha means that Mahishasura, when he found Durga Parameswari, Kupitantaka darsanena kair jivyate. When Kupita Antaka were to appear before you, who can live? Nobody can live. Should get up. Similarly, if you look at her beautiful face, it turned Masi Varnam Tatha Bhut. The entire face complexion became dark. Mahakali Swarupam, Mahachamundi Swarupam. Then nobody can stand with that. So Pranan Mamocha. So like that, even the whatever bhoga that you have gone through, and in Anuprasna, I mean in Anugita, and also in Narada Bhakti Sutras, Narada, so many people all agree. There is a counter signature by each and every rishi or every advisor that in 12th mantra or so, or 13th or 14th, so in Narada Bhakti Sutras, he gives you a caution to all. Bhakti is constant, and the body which we are bearing is not constant. So long the body is there, do something. But so long the body is there is arti. ಆರ್ತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದುಃಖನೂ ಇದೆ, ನೀಡ್ ಇದೆ, ವಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಡಿಸೈರ್ ಇದೆ. So all these things do subsist in when we are having the body. But we have to get rid of and get Swarga and Apavarga. See, we should be beyond all these things. So that exactly is the message that we can derive from Devi Saptasati, where we see that Ammavaru is ready to give you your want fulfillment. That's exactly also happened in that. See, the king Suratha said, I want to go back to my land, defeat the enemies, rule the land, establish dharma, be friendly with all our people, and etc. etc. He asked. Though Ammavaru is standing before him at the 13th chapter, Then Amma said, okay, you are permitted, go. You will have all success and you will afterwards come back to me and you will become permanent. So he is one of the important persons after whose name the era is going on. But when this merchant, he has seen all the business transactions, all cheatings and losses and gains, and also in the family, he said, I don't want to go back. Give him apavarga, give him moksham. So the choice that we work for will be attended to or granted by the Ishvara whom we are all worshipping. So that is the ultimate message. Now we are there in the 13, the 9th, 8th chapter at the end. Actually, the war, unless one does work, he will not get rest. Always the formula is work first, rest next. ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಆಯಿತು, ರೆಸ್ಟೇ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಂತು. ನೋ. ಸೊ work. So Durga Parameswari is working to see that the ultimate Mahasuras, namely that Sumbhani Sumbhas, should be put out. But these Sumbhani Sumbhas have not transcended their body comfort or indriyam. So they were enamored of the beauty of Devi Durga. The moment the Duta reported, a Ratnahari to Parthivaha, Sri Ratnam Vibhati on the top of the mountain, you must marry, bring her to your court, to your harem, and keep her as your own. Own her. That's exactly the problem that came up. So, same problem for the Ravanasura also. So Ravanasura was tempted, prompted, chided, reprimanded by Surpanaka, his sister. Go, bring Sita, marry her. She is very beautiful, more beautiful than anyone in our harem. So sister told, he got into the soup. Anyway, like that, the Mahasuras, because of their balam, they are not able to control and win their own indriyas. ಸೊ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಾತೀತ ಆ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ದೇವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಯಿ ಇಂದ್ರ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಂ ದಧಾತು ಅಂತ. ಇಂದ್ರ ಈಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಗ್ತ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ವೇಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ups and downs of the life. But ultimately, we have to be positive about it. So, when that kind of orders were issued, then all of them, all the kinds of people. But again, Amavaru, before she actually starts her war, along with the Vajra, along with the Aindri, Narasimhi, Varahi, and all these, and also all these Ishani, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಶಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್, she sends again Shiva himself as her Duta, as her envoy. Hey, go and tell him, the Rakshasas, that you just let this to happen. Trilokyam Indro Labhatam, Devaha Santu Avirbhujaha, Yuyam Prayata Patalam, Edi Jeevitam Ichchati. Because 1 week gap is there, our head will be a clean slate. ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ. So that's why I'm just spending some time to come to bring you up to the context, saying that these are the only her proposals. Sanjay Raibara and Krishna Raibaram, and again Krishna Raibaram tells that 5 villages. Sanjay Raibaram tells us that no, we are not agreeing to go to forest for another spell of 13 years, allowing Duryodhana to stay. So all the Raibarams failure. Here also they said, let Indra get back his throne, let gods become the sharers of the Yajna bhagas, and you go to Patalam. That is the peacemaking. So, Shanti, if at all there is a Shanti, accept it. No. So, these people, because of their strength, they want, they want her to drag to her their harem, and therefore you see that so many people have this war started. So Ammavaru has been in a very judicious way that somebody came and no, she didn't jump into jump into war looking at, but she gave a chance to the Rakshasas. But that's why she is called as the Bhavani. See, in the Ashtamadhyaya, what is the Swarupam of Ammavaru? Actually, we are able to make Ammavaru, Durga Parameswari, in 9 forms, 8 forms actually, because Durga Ashtami is final. And on the ninth day of Devi Navaratri, which we are going to see, all the Ayudhas, Ayudha Puja, all the weapons that are being wielded by Devas on one hand, also all the instruments and material and things that we have in our house, all that also is being revered. Veena, violin, mridangam on one hand. At the same time, the other instruments and machines that you use. So this is what happening on the ninth day. So Ayudha Puja, and so here Ammavaru is a Bhavani, and she because she's a Bhavani, a kind lady. So Shankaracharya says, if you just take the name Bhavani, you will get all things. Bhavani Dasye Tvam. So I am going to be a servant to you. You give me all these things in Saundarya because she is a Tambula Purita Mukhi. She is not very much ghastly and ferocious. She is having comfortable sitting and chewing pan. And even Lalita also afterwards becomes Karpura Vitika Modasma Karshan Digantaranta. A Karpura Vitika. So she was just enjoying the Karpura, I mean, very luxurious Tambulam and more. So, but it had not happened. So there came, the war began, as we have seen, we have gone through that. So Raktabija comes ultimately, and he was beaten by all people. And then Amavaru said, "Hey, Raktabija, you just um, try to stop him." So that Kali came. So in the 59th sloka, we have covered already. Then what happened? Tasya hatasya dehatu bahususrava sunitam yataha tataha tadvatrena chamunda saprayachati. So when she was dead, then there was a lot of blood flow, and as and how the blood came up, from every drop of the blood, similar to the Rakta Bija's power, stamina, personality, the Rakshasas were born, and therefore the entire war field was flooded with the blood and also Rakshasas. Then what she said, and in the sloka we have completed almost, so I'm just coming to the last one. So what she said, Devi Shulena Vajrena Banaihi Asibihi Vustibihi Jaghana Rakta Bijam Tam Chamunda Pita Sonitam. So ultimately, when so much raktam was flowing out, Mukhe Samudgataye Asyaha Raktapatan Mahasura Tamschakada Atha Chamunda Papautasya Cha Sonitam. ఈ చాముండా దేవి మహాభయంకరంగా ఉంటుంది అమ్మవారు. యుద్ధం లోపల అమ్మవారు అందరినీ తినేసింది, అందరి రక్తాన్ని తాగేసింది. అందరూ అప్పుడు వెన్ ఇట్ హ్యాపెండ్ దట్ రక్తబీజ బికేమ్ నిర్వీర్య. No more strength remained, no more power remained in him. When he became a absolutely nirvirya, then Ammavaru killed him. How she killed, not in with one weapon, she has employed all weapons. See, Shula, Vajra, Bana, Asi, Mushti. So these are all the weapons or instruments or web that Shastras she used. Shula, she simply pierced and hit and with kati, kati, and also mushti. Mushti means with her hand. So mushti yuddham. Actually, sometimes mushti also is important. Actually, as you know, if you talk about the history of the fist fight, Ramayana also is there interesting. Before Hanuman allowed Ravana to meet Rama and start fight with him, Hanuman tested him. So both of them just started to have Mushti Yuddham. So who inaugurated? I told you. Uh, Ravana, being a Chakravarti, being invited, he just gave a hit. But Hanuman did not have any shock, but maybe Shiva, but remained standing. He never fell down at the Mustipata of Ravana. But then he gave a Musti, then Hanuman gave in turn the Musti. Then Ravanasura fell down on the ground unconscious. Unconscious, he fell down. After a while, he came up and to congratulate him. Oh, Slagani Yosi Meripuhu. Oh, you are so great. Yeah, I have got to appreciate. Hitherto, I have not come across a Ripu, and you are very much matching to me, and more than that. And the compliment kotre. Then Anjaneya Swami said, Thigastu mama viriyena, yastvam jivasi ravana. Aya, hey, I don't take any compliment from you for my virya because you have come back to greet me. So no Shatru came up again when I gave a blow, like Lankini. When Lankini was given a blow, she was just fell dead. Later on, surrender and all that. So that Mushtipata by Anjaneya is proverbially unchallenging and all that. So here also Amavaru with her own things, she also used her mushti, her fist, tightened fist and all that. So she exerted highest strength from her body and bhujam, and then things were happen. That's why Jaghana Raktabijam Tam Chamunda Pita Sonitam. So when all the blood has been sucked out, blood is the energy of our body, as everybody knows. So, but blood is the Paramatma inside our body. To make the blood circulation on sufficiently pressure, heart is the Paramatma. There, he is the pumping energy and he is the Krishna. That's why Krishna said, I am seated in your heart. Hruddese Arjuna Tishtami, to make the entire Chaitanya of the body be active. So there must be something pumping capacity, pumping. That heart is the place where gods stay, and the blood is one that is emanating from the power and circulates the entire nook and corner of the body. That's why blood and heart, if they both are good, anything can be done for the patient or the person. So, Pita Sonitam Mantare. Sonitam and Rakta. Pitam and Tagadam. So, entire Raktam of the Rakta Bija, Rakshasa, was sucked out. So when Raktam, when all 60 liters of blood or so goes out from the body becomes simply flat. No energy, no fat, nothing. It becomes a flat. Then it is easy for people to attack. That's why Jaghana. Jaghana is the past verb, past tense. So Ghati, Jaghana. She killed Raktabija. And when once she gave the blow ultimately to Raktabija, when all his energy was just done, even to remember, recite the portion of the Raktabija Asura Samhara by Durga Parameswari itself is a great merit for all people. ಇವತ್ತು ರಕ್ತಬೀಜ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರನ್ನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ you see, Rakshas resident of the act of because they are not ordinary people. They are all great bhaktas. They have done a lot of tapas. ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಆ ತಪಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವ ಬಲವನ್ನು ವರಗಳನ್ನು ಮಿಸ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಬ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಓವರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತ್ಯಾಗರಾಜರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವ ದಿ ರಾಮ ನೀನಿಂಚಿ ವರములు పొంది ఎవరు సుఖపడిరయ్యా. Nobody who got boons from the Brahmadeva became really happier because the moment they get strength, they get the heart. That's why it's called Balagarvam, Vidyagarvam, Dhanagarvam, and Saundaryagarvam. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಗರ್ವ ಕಾರಣ. If you are beautiful and handsome, you always deride others. That's exactly what you see Ganesha and Chandra. Why on Chaturthi day you are not supposed to see Chandra? Because Chandra laughed at Ganesha's odd form. So that's why then Ganesha gave a curse on the Chaturthi day, that the day when I am on the land and I am being worshipped, not worshipping me. If anybody sees you, they will get the dosha. So that happened to Krishna also, and he got this. So like that, we have that kind of our Puranas, our Vedic texts, spiritual texts, give explanations for any and every practice that we are going on now. ಅದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಷ್ಟಿ ಗುರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಿಸ್ಟರಿ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಫಿಸ್ಟ್ ವೈಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಶಾಪಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಇದೆ. ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಶಾಪ. And that's why all our Veda mantras are divided into two categories. One is a Shamsa and other is a Shapa. My professor used to say, I don't know that. Dr. Sende was telling Shapa and Shamsa. But mostly Shamsa is there. Shamsa also involves Shapa. So like that, so what happened is, He Mahi Sapapatamahi Prushte Shastra Sanghata Samahataha Niraktascha Mahipala Rakta Bijo Mahasuraha. That Mahasura Rakta Bija, ಅವನ ಸಂಹಾರವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಹರಿಕಥ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they take one full 2 or 3 hours time to just describe Kumbhakarna Vadha or Ravanasura Vadha or Jarasundha Vadha, Jarasandha Vasa. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಈ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಸಂಹಾರ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ, ಆರ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಫೆಲೋಸ್, that itself is a meritorious gain to the Punyavantas. So that's why that is again talking about the Shamsa Paramatma. If Rama is able to kill Ravanasura, it's a Shamsa to Ravana at the same time Rama. That's why we say that Ravana Hantaram Ramam Bhaje. And also for Hanuman, also we have got that, so the son of Ravanasura is being killed. But though Lakshmana killed Indrajit, in Lakshmana Prarthana, that credit is not always so much virulent, so much popular, because Lakshmana was able to kill that Indrajit only because of the power pressed into service into his Banam. Dharmatma Satyasandhascha Ramo Dasaradhiryadi Paurushecha Apratidvandva Sarainam Dehi Ravanam. That is the pledge. Yenam Sarainam Ravanim. ಈ ಶರ ಆ ರಾವಣಿಯನ್ನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ರಾಮ ಪವರ್, ರಾಮಶಕ್ತಿ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಮಶಕ್ತಿ ಮಹಂ ಧ್ಯಾಯೇತ್ ಅಂತ. The entire universe, even today, when we are doing puja in our place, what do you say? Rama Dandakaranye Subhe Sobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiyavararthe, etc. Then we say Dandakaranye Ramakshetre ಬೌದ್ಧ ಅವತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ರಾಮಕ್ಷೇತ್ರೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಪೂಜಾಸ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ on the land belonging to Rama because he is the winner. Or Mahavishnu is also the winner by pushing down the Balchakravarti. So it's a Rama Kshetra. It's a Krishna Kshetra. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗುರುವಾಯೂರ್ಪುರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಲೊಕೇಟಿಂಗ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಗುರು ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಯು ದೇವತಾಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ Baba in Kaliyugam. All people who come here suffer a lot from their body physical point of view, and therefore the annaprasana done in before you with your drushti, they will be healthier, and any complaint they have got physical otherwise, they can be redeemed of that when they make prayer to you. Asmin paratman anupatma kalpe tvamitthamithapita padmayonihi ananta bhuma mama rogarasim ನಿರುಂಧಿವತಾಲಯವಾತ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಅಂತ. ಅಂದರೆ ರೋಗ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಸಾಯೋದು ಕೂಡ ರೋಗನೇ, ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನೀರಕ್ತಶ್ಚ ಮಹೀಪಾಲ ರಕ್ತಬೀಜೋ ಮಹಾಸರ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ 8th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟಮಿ ಚಂದ್ರ విభ్రాజదళిక స్థల శోభితాయి. సో శోభ, అమ్మవారికి శోభ ఎప్పుడంటే రక్తబీజాసుర సంహారం అయిన తర్వాత ది వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్ ఆబ్స్టికల్ ఈజ్ బీయింగ్ రిమూవ్డ్, అండ్ వెన్ వన్స్ రక్తబీజ ఈజ్ డన్, దెన్ ది అదర్ ಶುಂಭರಿ ಶಂಭಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೀಕ್. ಶುಂಭರಿ ಶಂಭಾಸ ಸಂಹಾರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈವನ್ ಮಹಿಷಾಸುರ, ಈವನ್ ದಟ್ ಭಂಡಾಸುರ ಇನ್ ಲಲಿತಾ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮಂ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಹಾಗಣೇಶ ನಿರ್ಭಿನ್ನ ವಿಘ್ನಯಂತ್ರ ಪ್ರಹರ್ಷಿತಾಯೈ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ವೈ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ? ಪ್ರಹರ್ಷಿತ ಹರ್ಷ, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹರ್ಷಿಣಿ ಬೈ ನೇಚರ್, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಲೇಡಿ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಗಣಪತಿ, ಆ ಮಹಾಗಣೇಶ, ಆ ಭಂಡಾಸುರ ಹಾಕಿರುವ ವಿಘ್ನಯಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಆ ವಿಘ್ನಯಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ the access to reach that Bandasura is free. But that could not be done in Mahabharata war because Papa Abhimanyu was simply massacred there by all these great heroes. He doesn't know to get out of the Chakra Vyuha. So anyway, Padma Vyuha and all that. So anyway, we all see that in the scriptural literature, this Durga Saptasati doesn't stand independent, but it is only another supporting thing for all that ethics and situations and contexts and grace of the Paramatma. Then when once the Rakta Bija, the Mahasura, Nirakta is being killed, O Mahipala, Sumedha, Maharaja, yenaitu te devaha Tridashaha Nrupa Harsham Atulam Avapuhu. They got, actually gods are happy, but to become happier than happiness is Atulam Harsham Atulam Avapuhu. Atulam andre you can't balance it at all, beyond balancing, beyond counting, beyond measurement. They all got that. Then also, tesham matrugano jato nandruta strung madodhataha. See, when once the Rakta Bija is done with by Amavaru, ultimately by these number of weapons, Shula, Vajra, Bana, Asi, Mushti, even the Matrugana, even the Amavarlu, Narasimhi, Varahi, Brahmani, then so these Matrugas, those forces, Ammavarlu emanated from him, Aindri, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಸಿ ಮಾತೃಗಣಃ ಅನೃತಾಃ ಜಾತಃ ಉದ್ಧತಃ. So they became so happy. All gods, all people with happiness danced. These days in India, no, I don't know, maybe in India also, after Vivaham and reception and all that, however, they will have a dance parlor in the auditorium itself. So they all dance for some time, more time. సో ఆ డాన్స్ అనేది సంతోష. సో యాక్చువల్లీ ఏ మ్యాన్ అండ్ ఉమెన్ to agree to come into the wedlock for lifelong is itself is a great gain. The girl is happy, the woman is. That's why in Soma Yagna, no, Agnihotra Yagna or so, in Agnihotram conclusion ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂದರೆ how Yagna is also connected, I wanted to point out. All the unmarried girls beating their thigh, they reciting the Triyambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pativedanam ಅಂತ replace ಮಾಡಿ Pativedanam. They should be able to get suitable and lovable husbands. Pativedanam Urvaraka Bandhanat Murtyor Murchiyama ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪತಿವೇದನಂ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಆಲ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಅಗ್ನಿಹೋತ್ರ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಂಗ್ ಡನ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಗೈನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಶುಡ್ ವಾಂಟ್, those gains are being submitted to the feet of the Paramatma, Yagna Purusha Mahavishnu. So next Wednesday onwards, I'm going to do Vishnu Suktam, I think so, because we have come to the conclusion of the Punya Vachana Mantras. So aವಾಗ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಈಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಅಂತಿಮೋ ದೇವಃ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ದೇವತಾ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾನೋ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೋ ಹೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಮಾತೃಗಣ ನನೃತಾಃ ಮದೋದ್ಧತಃ ಜಾತಃ. ಸೊ ಅವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಯಾರಿಗಿದೆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು? ನೃಪ. ಸಿ ಮಹಾರಾಜ, ಮಹೀಪಾಲ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೃಪ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇಟ್. ನೃಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಗೈನ್ ದ ರೂಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಸೊ ನೃ ಅಂದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯರನ್ನು, ಅವರ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು, because what is most important constant thing for man is dharma. So as long as one is nam dharma ಅವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೂಡ, so as long as dharma is being looked at, ಧರ್ಮಂ ಚರಿಷ್ಯೆ. ಮದುವೆ ಆಗೋವಲದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವಾಹ ಮಂತ್ರ, ಯಾರು ಮದುವೆ ಇನ್ವಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಡೈನಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ, ನೋ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಎನಿ ಯಜಮಾನ ಹೂ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ದ ಪುರೋಹಿತ್ಸ್ reciting the Vivaha mantras. There the new bride and bridegroom are made to promise. Pasurme kamaha tanme edhe. So he says what is natural in him. That natural instinct, not instinct, has got to be ignited by both of them. So because they are entering into what you call ಪ್ರಜಾಪತಿ ವ್ರತಂ. ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿರುವವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರಜಾಪತಿ ವ್ರತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಪ್ರಜಾಪತಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಅದರಿಂದ he divides himself into people and again gives rise for people, ಸಂತಾನಂ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ರೋಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಸತ್ಸಂತಾನ ಪ್ರದಾಯಿನ್ಯೈ ದುರ್ಗಾಂಬಿಕಾಯೈ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ, ಸತ್ಸಂತಾನ ಪ್ರದಾಯನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಲಲಿತಾ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಸಂತಾನ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಹೆಡ್, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡೆಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕರ್, and she is very much connected with the people and their safety, security, prosperity, etc. Therefore, we come to the conclusion of the 8th chapter, Ashtama chapter. That's why you'll notice that there are 63 mantras or 63 ahutis when you do Durga Homam. Next week in Chicago, they are doing Satachandi Chandi Yagam. Satachandi Yagam or something like that, a big venue. And so I just like to go and see how that Satachandi, because Chandi, చండి చాముండి ಅಂತ ఆ చండీ దేవత ఆర్ చాముండా దేవత ఈజ్ గ్రేట్. ది ಮೂಲಮಂತ್ರಂ ಆಫ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಪ್ತಸತಿ ಈಸ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಅವರು ಕೇಳಿದರು, ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಓಂ ಐಂ ಹ್ರೀಂ ಕ್ಲೀಂ
ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय
ಚಾಮುಂಡಾಯೈ ವಿಚ್ಚೆ. ಓಂ ಐಂ ಹ್ರೀಂ ಕ್ಲೀಂ ಚಾಮುಂಡಾಯೈ ವಿಚ್ಚೆ.
ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ॐ
ಓಂ ಐಂ ಹ್ರೀಂ ಕ್ಲೀಂ
चामुण्डाय
ಚಾಮುಂಡಾಯೈ
विच्चे
ವಿಚ್ಚೆ. So here,
ॐ ऐं ह्रीं
ಐಂ ಹ್ರೀಂ
चामुण्डाय
ಕ್ಲೀಂ.
विच्चे
So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಚ್ಛೆ is the special verb. Nowhere it is there. So something like because unless the Rakshasa Samhara or something negativity which is lurking, which is pestering in us, is being driven away, we don't be happy. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ನ್ಯೂಮರಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಸರ್ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 8 ನಂಬರ್ ಇರೋ ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್, ನಂಬರ್ 8. That number will be able to remove all negativity in our house and there will be ಶಾಂತಿ in the house ಅಂತ ಅವರು ನ್ಯೂಮರಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುಂದರೇಶಂ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು 8 ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಡಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟಮ, ದಿ 8 ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಕರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಬಟ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ one has to drive this car or vehicle, motor vehicle, in the big 8 that there's there, so that they can see the skill of the driver before giving license, that he is able to turn all directions and also to. So, and moreover, the 8 is a locked one. All curves are being locked into one unit. So anyway, 8, even Ammavaru kuda aste, whether it's Amavasya day or Purnima day. Today is a Snana Purnima anta heltarante. So very important day where Jagannatha Swami becomes, he was little ill when he was going towards meeting Subhadra Devi, his sister Krishna. And this day he became all right, and so they gave him bath, and ultimately they allow him to go to Subhadra's sister's place. So that's why, as a preamble for the Ratha Yatra of the Purnima, the Ashadha Masam Ratha Yatra, so from today onwards for one more month, there will be Jagannatha Swami on live. So we are also having Jagannath lecture on Puri Jagannatha Swami, and you know everything about her, about him. The banner on the top, 250 feet high Gopuram, on the top, every day they change. It will be against the wind, unfurled. So like that. So 8th Durga Saptasatiyalli 8ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ, ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಗೀತನಾ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಸೊ 8ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ರಕ್ತ ಬೀಜ ಸಂಹಾರ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಗೇಟ್ಸ್, ಲಾಕ್ಡ್ ಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಶುಂಭ ನಿಶುಂಭ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾಗಣೇಶ ನಿರ್ಭಿನ್ನ ವಿಘ್ನಯಂತ್ರ ಪ್ರಹರ್ಷಿತ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಈ ವಿಘ್ನಯಂತ್ರಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿತ್ತಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಗಣೇಶ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ನಾಡ ದಿಸೆದ ಕಲವು ಮೀನ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ ವಿನಾಯಕವು ಅಂತ. ಈ ಕಲಿಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಆರ್ ದ ರೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಡೈಟೀಸ್. Therefore, comparatively, you are observing more and more Durga temples and Ganapati temples are coming up. So, Durga and Ganapati are again seen in the form of Hanuman. So, you will also Jayat Chadibalo Ramo Lakshmanascha Mahabalaha Raja Jayat Sugrivo Raghavena Hipalitaha Duto Ham Kausalendrasya, and also Namostu Rudraya Yamanilebhyaha. So Hanuman is almost a mouthpiece, is almost a strength representation of all these gods together. Therefore, Hanuman goes like the Ramabanam to enemy Kshetram, Shatru Kshetram. And there he makes all hay and finds Sita Devi, Kundalini Devi. Sahasrara Sarojata Vasitayai Namo Namaha. Sita Devi is Lakshmi, Mahadevi, Mahasaraswati. ಅಂತ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ನಾವು ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ we should have the siddhas. So Kundalini Siddha is there. If no other than Hanuman, had anyone gone, I think it could not have been possible for them to locate Sita, because అమ్మవారు చూస్తూనే ఎంత సంతోషమైందంటే అంత సంతోషమయ్యి, కానీ he did not jump to her immediately as a monkey, but he had a lot of discretion, thinking, etc. Then only he came into that. So ಕಾರ್ಯಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಅನುಮಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ you observe that there is ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಕರುಣ. His tail was not burnt by Agni because సీతో భవ హనుమతః అమ్మవారు చెప్పింది. She ordered Agnideva, hey, stay where you are there and don't harm Anjaneya, but harm the entire Lanka. So when Ammavaru commanded that, Agni listened to that, and so with that he made Lanka Dahanam a great episode in Ramayanam. Anyway, so I can keep on taking diversions. You must excuse me, but you see that the entire Adhyaya of Durga Saptasati is a grand contribution for getting the hurdles removed. When once the hurdles are removed, we are happy. So that's why people who are having a tough problems, ದುರ್ಗಾರ್ತಿನಾಸಿನಿ ಅಂತ, ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಜಾಬಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನಮ್ಮ ನೈಬರ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅವರು ದುರ್ಗಾ ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು, ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಈ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಹಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಿ, ಸರ್, ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಐ ಅಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷ್ನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಐಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್, ಆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್, ದುರ್ಗಾ ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಸ್ವಾನುಭವೈಕ ವೇದ್ಯಾಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯ ತೇ ನಮಃ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ವಾನುಭವ ವೇದ್ಯಾಯ ಏಕವೇದ್ಯಾಯ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಉಪಾಸನ, and that siddhi is again a personal one. Now I start the ninth dhyanam, mama upatta samasta, ninth chapter, mama upatta samasta durita kshayaddvara ಶ್ರೀ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಪ್ರೀತ್ಯರ್ಥಂ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಪ್ತಸತ್ಯಾಂ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಮಸ್ತ ಸನ್ಮಂಗಳವಾಪ್ತ್ಯರ್ಥಂ ಸಕಲ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಸಿದ್ಧ್ಯರ್ಥಂ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಮಯ ಪೀಡಾ ಪರಿಹಾರಾರ್ಥಂ ಶಾರೀರಿಕ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ವಾಚಿಕ ಸರ್ವವಿಧ ಪೀಡಾ ಪರಿಹಾರಾರ್ಥಂ ನವಮ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಅಧ್ಯಯನಂ ಚ ಕರಿಷ್ಯಾಮಃ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತ್ಯೈ ದುರ್ಗಾಂಬಿಕಾಯೈ ನಮಃ. Now I am reading the Dhyana Slokam. So anybody can repeat with me Dhyana Slokam. Om Bandhuka Kanchana Nibham
ಓಂ ಬಂದೂಕ ಕಾಂಚನ ನಿಭಂ, ಓಂ ಬಂದೂಕ ಕಾಂಚನ ನಿಭಂ,
Ruchirakshamalaam
ರುಚಿರಾಕ್ಷಮಾಲಾಂ,
Heli
ರುಚಿರಾಕ್ಷಮಾಲಾಂ,
Pashankushau Chavaradam
ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶೌ ಚ ವರದಾಂ, ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶೌ ಚ ವರದಾಂ,
Nijabahudandaihi
ನಿಜ ಬಾಹುದಂಡೈಃ, ನಿಜ ಬಾಹುದಂಡೈಃ,
Vibhranam
ಬಿಭ್ರಾಣಂ, ಬಿಭ್ರಾಣಂ,
Indu Sekalavharanam Trinetram
ಇಂದು ಶಕಲಾಭರಣಂ ತ್ರಿನೇತ್ರಂ, ಇಂದು ಶಕಲಾಭರಣಂ ತ್ರಿನೇತ್ರಂ,
Ambikeshamanisham
ಅಂಬಿಕೇಶಮನಿಶಂ, ಅಂಬಿಕೇಶಮನಿಶಂ,
Vapurasrayami.
ವಪುರಾಶ್ರಯಾಮಿ, ವಪುರಾಶ್ರಯಾಮಿ.
So most important in Dhyana Slokam is Varadam, number one. And for that, her being Varada to us all, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಅನಿಶಂ ಅಂಬಿಕೆ ಅಂಬಿಕೆ ವಪುಹು ಆಶ್ರಯಾಮಿ. That is, we are trying to approach the manifestation of Adishakti Swarupini Parvati Parvati Devi taking the form of Durga, and so that kind of Trinetram Ambikam Isham Anisham Bapuhu Asrayami. So now I just try to explain to you a little while, no matter. What is that? Ammavaru, Evaru, how is she going to give you that kind of varaprapti or ishtartha siddhi? Hingagatte andre nijabahudandayihi varada. Durga Parameswari. నువ్వు ఇంకోటి వేసి పెట్టు. సో అమ్మవారు, how is she is going to be fulfilling your desires? She must be equipped, is it not? We cannot simply ask anybody to come and help us without instrument in their hand. But those people who go with necessary equipment, they are really helpful for us. For example, if a fire accident is there, all people run to the accident point. Hardly you observe people carrying a bucket full of water there. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಫೈರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್. ಆದರೆ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫೆಲೋಸ್ who really take some water with them, and whatever, whether they use or not matter not. But you must go with the equipment there. Fire engine. Simne engine hodrenu, they have got plenty of water filled in their tank, and therefore they come with that. So ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದು ಏನು ಬಾಹು ದಂಡ. ದಂಡ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಅಷ್ಟಾದಶ ಭುಜಾ ದುರ್ಗಾ, ಅಷ್ಟಭುಜಾ ದುರ್ಗಾ, ಚತುರ್ಭುಜಾ ದುರ್ಗಾ. ಸೊ ಯು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್. I have seen the Ashtadasa Bhuja Durga in Joshimath temple or somewhere. So Ammavar, and also in Calcutta. In Howrah, there was a temple where Ashtadasa Bhuja Durga is there. So imagine 18 hands, 9 this way, 9 that way, and Ammavaru. Very so Bahu Dandaihi ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ, ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್, she will have her hands. Hand is the stretch and extension of our body. Supposing the hand is not there, not working, imagine such people, imagination. Sometimes because of the diabetics and everything, there is a lot of trouble. So leg removal, hand removal, finger removal, etc. better. So in Ammavaru, or when we have got that Bahubala and Danda, it is Danda, the stick. So danda ಅನ್ನೋದು also has got several meaning. So danda ಅಂದರೆ punishment. So anybody who does all unhappy things and troubling, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದಂಡ ಹಸ್ತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಕೋದಂಡ ಹಸ್ತ. ಸೊ ಕೋದಂಡ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಾಶ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ದಂಡ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಈವನ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವರು, ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ದಂಡ, ಸೊ ಕೈಗೆ ದಂಡ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಆಂಜನೇಯ, ಇವನ್ ಶಿವ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ತ್ರಿಶೂಲ. ಸೊ ತ್ರಿಶೂಲಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಪುರತಃ ಶೂಲಿ ರಕ್ಷತು ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಯಾವ ಸ್ವರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯಾ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಆದರೂ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇರುಪಕ್ಕಲ ತೋಡ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ವ, ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ನಿಜ ಬಾಹುದಂಡೈಹಿ ವರದಾಂ. And what are the bahudandas that she will be having? Pasha, Ankusha, Akshamala, Ruchira Akshamala. Ruchira ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾಂತಿಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿರುವ ಅಕ್ಷಮಾಲ. ಅಕ್ಷಮಾಲ ಅಂದರೆ ರೋಸರಿ. Spatika Akshamalam Dadati. Of all the rosaries, Rudraksha is one and Spatika Akshamala is another. Saraswati will be wearing Spatika Akshamala, and Rudra and Parvati and all people will be having the Rudrakshamala. No matter. Rudraksha is the eye of the Shiva, Rudra, and Spatika is the cleanliness, perfectness, purity, and everything that is being seen in the Saraswati, knowledge. Sarvasukla Saraswati. So Sarvasukla Saraswati is that actually in the ninth chapter, I mean in the last chapter, Uttama Charita, is the Maha Saraswati Swarupam of Ammavaru. Parvati becomes Maha Saraswati. Adukoskara, she is wearing Akshamala. Likewise, even Yajurveda Purusha, ಕುಲಿಸ ಧೃತು ಒಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಲಿಸ ವಜ್ರಾಯುಧ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಷಮಾಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಅಜ ಅಜಮುಖದಿಂದ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೇಕೆ ತಲೆಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಜ್ರ ಆಯುಧವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಅಕ್ಷಮಾಲ ಈಸ್ ಯಜ್ಞ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಎಂಥ ಯಜ್ಞ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್ ವೆಪನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ವಜ್ರಾಯುಧ. ಸೊ ಅನ್ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್ ವೆಪನ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ವಜ್ರ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡಿರುವರು ಯಾರೂ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮೇ ಭಕ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಣಶ್ಯಂತಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃತ್ತಾತ ದುರ್ಗತಿಂ ನ ಗಚ್ಚತಿ ಅಂತ ಪಾಪ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಉತ್ಸಾಹವನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಪಾಶ ಅಂಕುಶ ಅದು రుచిరాక్షమాల. అమ్మవారి చేతిలో ఉండే అక్షమాలను చూస్తే నాకు కావాలనిపిస్తుంది. వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఆల్సో హోల్డ్ ఆన్ టు దాట్. అండ్ బంధూక కాంచన నిభం అండ్ ఆల్సో బంధూక పుష్ಪ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಚನ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಂಗಾರು, ನಿಭಂ ಅಂದರೆ ಲೈಕ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್. ಸೊ ಮೆಟಫಾರಿಕಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್ that kind of akshamala she is holding. She has got pasha ಅಂದರೆ ನೂಸ್. ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಬಾಲನೇ ಪಾಶ. ಆ ಬಾಲದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಹತೋಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆ ಬಾಲದಿಂದಲೇ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ರಾವಣ ಸಿಂಹಾಸನ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೀಟು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ರಾವಣ ಹತ್ರ. ಅವ್ನು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. our imagination is that he makes his own bala as a higher seat than the simhasanam and sits and gives advice to Ravanasura. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಪಾಶ ಅನ್ನೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಪಸಸ್. ದ ರೋಪ್, ನೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ರೋಪ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು. అండ్ ఇందు సకల ఆభరణం, అమ్మవారికి ఆ టైం లోపల యుద్ధం లోపల వాట్ ఈస్ ది ఆర్నమెంట్ షీ ఈజ్ వేరింగ్? నాట్ ఎనీ అదర్ ఆర్నమెంట్. ಆದರೆ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸುವರ್ಣ ರಜತಸ್ರಜಾಂ ಚಂದ್ರಾಂ ಹಿರಣ್ಮಯೀಂ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಂ ಜಾತವೇದ. ಸೊ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುವರ್ಣ ರಜತ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಆರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ? ಇಂದು ಸಕಲ ಆಭರಣಂ. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್, there is no better ಆಭರಣಂ than the ಇಂದು ಸಕಲಂ. The crescent, the segment of the moon, that is the Ashtami Chandra Abharana, and she has got 3 eyes. That kind of ಅಮ್ಮವಾರನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಶರಣ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ವೈ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಮಂ, ನಮಗೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಬೇಕು. ಸಿ ಅಂಬಿಕೆ ಶಮ ಅನಿಶಂ ಬಪುಹು. ಶಮ ಬಪುಹು ಅಮ್ಮವಾರದಿ. Though she looks ghastly, she is very kind. That's what in the Devata Prarthana you observe. Chitte Krupa Samaranishthurata Chadruštva Devi. ಅಂತ ದೇವತೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರನ್ನು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಚಿತ್ತೆ ಕೃಪಾ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಚಿದಗ್ನಿಕುಂಡ ಸಂಭೂತ. ಸೊ ಚಿತ್ತೆ ಕೃಪಾ, ಬಟ್ action, samaranishthurata cha, she is never swerving out. When action springs up, she will be completely focused on the yuddha and see that the negativity is being removed from us. So to such Durga Parameswari, who has got 3 eyes, who has got so many ayudhas on her bahu for danda or for stretching itself, and for our shanti, shamanam, Anisham, not 1, 2, 3 times. Always we try to worship her. I think we'll continue next week, the 9th chapter, which we, and this one actually now ಅಂದರೆ ದುರ್ಗಾ ದೇವಿ ನವರಾತ್ರಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯುಧ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ವೆನ್ ದಿ ಆಯುಧಾಸ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಆಲ್ ಆಯುಧಾಸ್ she has in her hand, and she will employ all the ayudhas to put out the Sumbha and Sumbha Rakshasas. And in 10th chapter, I think things are all done. And there will be next post-war activity life that Ammavaru would entertain in herself is also being covered up. That's why Durga Saptasati is a Sampurna Shakti. Is a Sampurna. That's people do it Durga Saptasati Parayanam during Navaratris or on Ashtami days, on Amavasya days. On Paurnami days, do Lalita Sahasranamam. On Amavasya day, do Durga Saptasati. Both put together will be one Ahoratri. So, Amavaru Durga is the executive head, Lalita Parameswari is the directive supervisor. Both are she only. So, Dve, although look two, but one only. Dve ekam eva, ekayid devaha. Om Shanti. Thank you very much. I stop here. Om Swasti.
Thank you very much, sir.
Dharma. Oh, you are there. Very good. So, we are talking about Dharmodharana.
Om Sahana Vavato Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavijyankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastama Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Satam Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu Shri Vasudeva Arpanamastu Shri Veda Purusha Shirvadostu Om Shri Matru Charana Ravinda Arpanamastu Om Tat Sat Hari Om Namaste Guru.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
ಹೇಳಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಅವರೇ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ?
ಓ ಸರ್, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಎನಿ ಡಿಕ್ಷನರಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್, ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಸೆವರಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ದಿವಸನೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಎಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಐ ಮಿಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಅನ್ಬಿಲಿಯಬಲ್. ರಕ್ತ ಬೀಜಾಸುರ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಗಣೇಶಂದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ವಿಘ್ನ, ಇದು ವಿಘ್ನನಾಶಿನೇ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹನುಮಾನ್ದು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ನೀವೊಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಹೋಮ 63 ಮಂತ್ರಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಸತ್ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚಂಡಿ 63 ಮಂತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ, ಅದ್ರದ್ದೇನಾ? 63 ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿದೆ.
So most important is that Rakta Bija is a hurdle.
Yes, ಹೌದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ವಿವಾಹಂ. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಸಂತೋಷಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ರಕ್ತ ಬೀಜಾಸುರನ ಸಂಹಾರ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಇದು ರಿಕಾಲ್ ತ್ರ್ಯಂಬಕಂ ಯಜಾಮಹೇ ಸುಗಂಧಿಂ ಪತಿವೇದನಂ ಉರ್ವಾರು. ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ಅದು ಇದೆಯಾ, ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅದು?
Yajurveda. You find in Yajurveda there are chapters.
Then we can quote in all the weddings, Gurule. When to make all unmarried people will recite this, Allah.
Yeah, unmarried girls, they repeat. In olden days, there were no agencies. So Rudra is an agent to bring good couple, to make good couple, to bring good matches.
Oh, the one or two. We can use these tools to, communicate.
Definitely.
The essence.
Sugandhim pativedanam urvarake bandhanat mrityor mukshiya mamruta. Andre mrityu andre artha ಏನು ದುಃಖ ಅಲ್ವಾ? If girls don't get married on time, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ದುಃಖ, because they want to be having one kind of support all through the life ಅಲ್ವಾ? So girl requires support, man different. Even man also requires a woman. So it's a mutual. Thank you. Very good.